Hello, lovely people. Today's topic is around control and around the things that are in our sphere of influence and our sphere of control and the things that are outside of it. It got prompted by the recent extensions of lockdowns and new rules. It's been a hard slog. As I'm recording this, it's October 2021, and in Victoria, in Australia, we have had the longest lockdowns in the world. Regardless of that, there are things that we can control, and then there are things that we can't control. And it's being aware of the things and in which of the two categories they fall, of how we react to them. So as an example, talking about lockdowns and restrictions, things that are outside of our sphere of control, if you can imagine it as a bubble. What's outside of it is there fresh produce in the supermarkets? Is there enough toilet paper? Very topical. Can I travel? Can I go and visit friends? Can I have friends over for dinner? Can my kids go back to school? All those things are outside of our little bubble. We actually can't influence them. We can be influenced by them, but we really can't influence them. Or said differently, we can influence them, but our influence is so minuscule that it's not going to make a difference. Now, that's not to say that if you're an activist and you really want to push for change and you're really passionate about something, you can't push and make a difference. Absolutely you can. But for most of us, common people, everyday people, there are things that are outside of our sphere of influence. Things that we can't control, basically. But what we can control is how we react to it. Whether we say, yoo-hoo, another few weeks of my kids being at home. Yoo-hoo, another few weeks of learning how to prepare home-cooked meals without having to go out for inspiration or to use to go for takeaways, or to just randomly walk in the supermarket with the hope that you'll stumble across something that looks interesting. So it depends on how we look at it. What we can control, as I said, is how we react to it. We can also control our own household. We can control how long we spend online. We can control how much of our time goes scrolling and reading other people's stories. We can control whether we educate ourselves or we just let go of things and we feel miserable and we sit on the couch, watch some paid TV. It's all a choice. But it's interesting when you look at life itself to understand in which of the two categories things fall. So you know how much energy and effort you need to put in to change it. So if you can't control it and if it's outside of your bubble, maybe you don't need to spend that much time and energy into it. Maybe you don't really need to watch every media release. Maybe you don't really need to know what's happening in each state parliament. It's up to you. But the time that you spend on the outside things that you can't control anyway is less time that you can spend on the things inside your bubble, which you can control and you can make a big change. I trust that's been helpful. If it has, please subscribe to my channel. Also, drop a comment below to tell me what has been the most helpful. What would you like me to share about next? Just any comment is really appreciated. I would love to be able to serve. And I can only serve if you tell me what works for you and what gives you value. Until we meet again next week, have a lovely week. Bye.